Welcome to the Minnesota Gophers Dynasty Season 4 off-season, and hopefully my audio is here. I just tried to go live, and I'm not sure why it wasn't giving you guys my voice. There was no audio, even though XSplit was registering it. Everybody's saying it's fine now. Okay, guys, it is time to begin. The off-season of all off-seasons. I don't think I've looked forward to an off-season as much as this one. This one has so much promise, so much potential. Season 5 could be great in the Minnesota Dynasty. We just wrapped up Season 4. We got a bowl victory. Finally, after 4 years in this dynasty, we have ended up... Yeah, you can release the lates now. I mean, that's fine. Oh, man. But after 4 years, we finally get our bowl victory. Let me make sure the volume's down on my TV. And I'm going to open up the coach thing now so you guys can see how the series has gone so far. But 6-7, 6-7, 8-6, and then 7-6. Made a bowl game all 4 years. We've only won one. Look at my career record in this series, 27-26. I have like a 51% winning percentage. We've been doing a lot of building, a lot of recruiting, a lot of work towards the future. Let me hit the capture button quick on my capture device. But these 4 years have been basically building a foundation for years to come. And now that we're entering the 5th season, there are very few players that will be on the team that weren't recruited by me. So this is it has become my team, but it's going to be that even more in Season 5. Remember back to the UTSA Dynasty? That series went 5 years. And we're about to enter the 5th season in Minnesota. And it's going to last longer than 5 seasons, I promise. So much Cam the Ram. Yeah, of course, last week did Rams franchise off season. And I know I have to edit that up still. I've been slow on that. I'm going to be working on that later today, as well as doing this edited one here. But first here, today in the live stream, we're going to recap Season 4, and then look ahead and do the actual off-season. And if the stream ever crashes, I will obviously be right back. I've had some issues with streaming lately. Yesterday's stream was smooth, but we'll see how this one goes. Anyway, let's recap the season, as the stream keeps going out on my Twitch for some reason. I'm not sure why it keeps doing that. Like, it's not actually crashing, but it's having little hiccups here and there. Let's break down the schedule, look over what happened this season, and get on with this thing. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Let me check XSplit, make sure everything's going well. I think things are going well. Anyway. Why you not use OBS? I just haven't been able to set it up yet. I haven't set up partially. Anyway. Start of the year, beating Army out of conference and then losing a game against Penn State that we probably should have won, but I threw too many interceptions. Move on to Indiana, get a victory there. Lose to Iowa in the battle against Tyrone Campbell. Pick up a victory against Purdue, and then follow the Northwestern. So we go win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. Then we finally get a streak. 2 wins in a row, 2 convincing victories against UTSA and Illinois. Following that, 3-game losing streak. Rough turnover-filled offensive drought against Nebraska, Notre Dame, and Wisconsin. Then we managed to get a victory upsetting Rutgers. Move on to our bowl game where we defeated the Arkansas Razorbacks in an epic 24-point comeback. So we won our bowl game, ended Season 4 on a high note. Now we'll check some statistics. I'll also be checking out career numbers because I want to know all of the players that, stats that graduate. I want to keep a hold of those. 1 second. We have 600 people in here right now. Anyway, Mitch Leidner, the senior quarterback, 31-32. That's actually 7th in the NCAA for passing yards, which really surprised me. 21 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. After, I thought he did a pretty good job with Nelson in his final season, but too many interceptions this time around. Mitch Leidner's deep ball was never there, and it just wasn't really the perfect fit for our offense. It was okay. Offensive line really was bad. That's why we were sacked so many times. But running, Kevin Martindale in his second year as a player, he had 147 carries, 780 yards. You can see the comparison. Average was way down, and so are the rushes of 20 or more yards. And that's why his average is down 2 whole yards. There weren't as many big plays. And we have to get a better offensive line to help us spring those big runs so that we can have a more high-flying offense, because I don't think that this year our offense was explosive as it could have been. Receiving-wise, he doubled his catches, more than doubled his yards, and tripled the touchdowns. You can see the numbers here. So Martindale's been a feature guy. He's only going to be a junior next year. So it's going to get even better with Kevin Martindale. And Berkeley Edwards, a nice surprise this year, ended up being the number 2 running back, and he'll enter his senior season next season. He had 5.6 yards a carry, 541 yards, and a touchdown. Lamar Washington, who I thought would have a bigger role, ended up being jumped on the depth chart by Berkeley. He only ended up with 97 rushing yards. Tyler Hartman, fullback, 87 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, played a very key role down the stretch in the game against Rutgers and then in the bowl game as well. Doug Duckett, a few more carries here and there, not too much. This is all season stats, by the way. Receiving, Drew Olatarski Jr., and we're hoping he stays around for his senior season. He's explosive. He's a great player. He can do it all. 60 catches, 844 yards, 10 touchdowns. Very rarely does someone in any of my series get double-digit touchdowns, but he did. 6 drops, though. Doug Duckett, big bounce-back season. Or, not really a bounce-back, but a step up. Look at him in his redshirt freshman year compared to redshirt sophomore. The drops weren't as much of an issue, and he had a lot more opportunities. 57 grabs, that's second on the team. Kevin Martindale, threat out of the backfield, averaged 10 yards a catch, actually, which is really good for a halfback. 46 catches, 484, and 3. Adam Kirkpatrick, I think, is underutilized in our offense, but he's a good receiving tight end. Okay numbers. Jamel Harbison, who was a senior receiver playing for basically the first time in this series. You can see his stats prior, not much. But he came in and was our most reliable guy on third down. He had clutch catch after clutch catch, but no touchdowns, surprisingly. That was a little bit weird. And then a few more catches for everybody else down here. One guy whose production dropped off was David Clark, who had in his true freshman year 20 grabs. This year, didn't really get featured. He was our number 4-5 receiver. He got jumped by Eric Carter, who played a big role in the bowl game. He only had 2 grabs, but they were 2 of the biggest ones. But yeah, Harbison never had a touchdown. That kind of surprised me. Let's move on. Blocking. Who gave up the most sacks? Looks like our junior left tackle, but he's also our strongest link. Hopefully he's better off next year. Franklin White, true sophomore center. Right tackle, gave up 9. Let's go to defense. Ray Dixon, one of the graduates, 74 tackles, led the team. 16 for a loss, 5 sacks. Maurice Manning, though, he gets 9 sacks. He's had steady improvement his entire career. He'll enter his senior season, probably be a draft pick at the end of season 5. But you can see his numbers are doing well. Ray Dixon, 5 sacks. He replaced Devondre Campbell, and we like our playmaking linebackers. He did a nice job, but no interceptions. Dan Smith didn't play much in his sophomore season, came back his junior year, and played very well. I was extremely pleased with Dan Smith. However, I'm looking for more takeaways from our linebackers. And then Jack Lynn, who will graduate. Didn't get any sacks. Well, he did. Not this year, though. He was featured in all 4 years, mainly only his last 2. Numbers were down this year. He didn't get hurt. It was just down. He had a defensive touchdown, though. I remember it, too. And here are the rest of the few numbers. Not much there. Kick returning, David Clark, another nice year, 28 average, 2 touchdowns. I think he fumbled at least one. That was in the bowl game. And an okay job at punt returner. So that's season numbers. Let's look at career numbers. Especially for our graduates who are moving on. Mitch Leidner really only played in this senior season. 23 touchdowns and 21 interceptions. He had a few snaps when Nelson got hurt in previous years. This year, full-time starter. All 13 games. On to rushing. Martindale now has 1,300 on the career. 7 touchdowns, like I already showed. He had steady improvement. Edwards didn't play much prior, but he has one more year with us. Tyler Hartman. My fullback ended up with 89 carries in his career, 373 yards, and 7 touchdowns on the ground. Receiving, 17 for 72 and 2. So I think I used Hartman well as a blocker and then as a part-time runner. Get a couple touches every now and then. I see at least 5 new Leon Daniels comments. Oh my god. Let's go catches. Wolotarski with 109, 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns. And our graduate here is Jamel Harbison, who really only played this season anyway. Let's go to defense. Ray Dixon with 122 tackles, 7 sacks, and an interception. Forced fumbles. Manning and Dixon have the most. I want more fumbles. Sam Graves now has 10 interceptions. He had a very nice junior season. I believe he recorded 7 picks this year. Let's look at it. Yes, 7. He'll be fun next year. He'll be good. What are you drinking today? Today I got the pink lemonade G Fuel. It's one of my probably top 3 favorite flavors. I don't know. I like 4 of them. 3 of them quite a bit. Fruit punch, lemon lime, and pink lemonade are my favorites. Sacks, Mo Manning now has 17. Damaris Peppers, he'll be back next year. 9 sacks in his career. Not big sack numbers. Interception numbers, nothing special outside of Graves. How about touchdowns? Antonio Johnson had 3 touchdowns. Obviously, the one in the bowl game was gigantic. So we're graduating 4 of our 6 defensive touchdowns. Let's go to kick returner. David Clark now has 3 kick return touchdowns. No punt return touchdowns. That'd be nice. Seems like you've had pink lemonade in all most recent streams. Well, I've been drinking the peach mango too, which it looks similar, but you might not be able to tell on the stream. Peach mango is pretty good. That's the one I have the most of left. So now, we've gone through the stats. We'll go through standings. Well, actually, we'll do the standings after I simulate all the bowl games, because we've played one more game than everybody else who's in a bowl. Let's look at edit roster, just to see the team. So, this is a look at our roster right now, the ratings, and if you look at our top players, most of them will be sticking around for another year at least. So next year's going to be pretty big. A lot of freshmen and a lot of seniors as we go on down the list. And I might as well show the one guy that you guys keep mentioning. You guys want to see your boy Leon. He did not have a tackle this year. He wasn't good enough. Only 1 tackle in his career. Will he return to Minnesota for a 3rd season? We'll see. So I guess now all that's left is to move forward. That's all we can do. Well, actually, we'll check all Americans and that kind of stuff as well. All NCAA, all American. Anyone for the good old Minnesota Gophers. Nobody first team. Second team. Oh! We have a few. Sam Graves is an All-American corner. I better write that down. Second team All-American. Andre Gaines and Ryan Santoso. Second team All-American. How about freshman All-American? I don't think we played any true freshmen. I was looking forward to the future, and I said just redshirt them. And I'm hoping that we don't have a lot of guys transfer, because that could really derail what I've put together. First team All Big Ten. Looks like all Nebraska and Ohio State. My goodness. Not even Drew. What did this guy do to beat Drew? 57, 8, 53, and 11. He had barely more yards, one more touchdown, 3 less catches. So he was that close. I guarantee he's a second teamer at least. Wow. Nobody first team All Big Ten. Not even Graves. Well, I know Daquan Davis. He had a ton of interceptions. 13. How about this Eli Apple? Graves is better than him. Because he had 2 pick sixes? Second team. Dixon, Lynn, Graves, and Gaines. I feel like we got snubbed here in the All Big Ten, All Conference. We'll check all the top 25 and stuff after the bowl games have completed. I haven't simulated through the rest yet. So, guys, it is time to advance. Say goodbye. Yes, Santoso counts. Say goodbye to Season 4. Season 5, here we come. Wow, oh wait, there was no Wolodarski on that. That is bad. Canada's drove by the demolished Metrodome. They're already putting in the new foundation. Yeah, I saw on the live webcam. They've got pretty good progress so far. The Metrodome hasn't been completely removed. It's demolished. Now they have to remove it. Who won Heisman? I'll recap all that as we finish up bowl week. So we're only graduating 12 seniors this year. I think only 4 of them were on defense. I already have 11 guys in the recruiting class. One thing I did last night is I watched my Season 3 off-season live stream, part of it, because I wanted to see, you know, the recruits, you have to put points into them during the off-season. I wanted to see where guys were, how many points I put into them, whether or not I got them. And now, people said I put too many points into Andy McKenzie. I had like a 2,200 point lead on Nebraska or whoever was in second place. And I ended up putting in 3,500 points and beating them by like 6,000, so it was easy. But there was also other players where I put some points in, but no, let's see if there's a good argument here. I'll get to the new records in a second here, but yes, Leidner's the new school passing holder, season holder. I have 2 sticky notes here that I were terribly laid out, but it's not really straightforward how many points the CPU is going to put in players. So I haven't been able to figure out a true working method yet. I will try this year, but as of right now, I still don't know how I need to structure it. Anyway, let's look at the results from bowl week. Syracuse wins the New Mexico Bowl. Bowling Green takes home the Idaho Potato Bowl. San Diego State, Georgia State. Nice job. Arkansas State. Washington, Tulsa, Iowa wins the Little Caesars Pizza Bowl. Military Bowl goes to Navy, and whoa, 60-54. Damn. K-State bounces UCLA. Clemson. Yeah, I checked this. Wisconsin made it to a bowl game with 4 victories. They went 0-8, won their last 4, all in conference, and ended up going to a bowl game. I don't know how, but they got beat. I don't get it. Virginia beat Louisville. Temple beat Florida State. Rutgers beat Cincinnati. New Mexico beat Southern Miss. USF wins. Stanford wins. West Virginia wins. Virginia Tech wins. Yeah, now the comments are like going crazy now. Arizona State beats Miami. Mid-Tennessee State beats Mississippi State. That's a nice upset. Is it an upset? They had a better record, but they're a small conference school, I think. NC State beats Missouri. Georgia beats Michigan State. And Georgia made it with only 5 victories. So that's another weird one. But they destroyed Michigan State. We beat Arkansas because that's what we do. We finally won one. LSU beats Michigan in the Capital One Bowl. SEC takes that one. We got our victory against the SEC. By the way, I was hoping we were going to make it to this bowl game because I love Buffalo Wild Wings. But Indiana got in instead of us. That should have been us in that bowl. Penn State beats Auburn. Nebraska destroys Oregon in the Rose Bowl. Of course, Nebraska, their team is loaded. But, of course, they're having a lot of good guys graduate now. Texas A&M beats Oklahoma. UCF knocks off Florida. Cal beats Baylor. South Carolina beats Texas. Now we have a couple mediocre bowls. In the Cereal Bowl or the Compass Bowl, Northwestern beats San Jose State. Louisiana Lafayette beats Miami. And in the National Championship, your BCS National Champions in Season 4 of the Minnesota Dynasty is the Ohio State Buckeyes, beating Georgia Tech 31-20. Ohio State. Georgia Tech couldn't pull off that second half comeback. So those are the bowl results. So Big Ten 1-3, SEC 1-3. That's what someone commented. Now all the Ohio State fans are happy. Let's check out the Heisman. Although I'm not sure if I actually shared this yet. Winner is David Williams from South Carolina. And then here are the other players that were in the running. Tommy Armstrong's beast, but he's gone now. Thank you. He's moving on. They ain't come to play school. Oh, man. Conference standings. Let's take a look. We end up second in our division, but of course the team ahead of us was beast. They lost 1 game all year, and it was in the Big Ten Championship. Overall, we finish 5th in the Big Ten. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to say tied for 5th in Big, and we were second in the West because it's a weaker division. Alright. Oh, by the way, you guys want to see something? I'll show you guys the other conferences. Big 12 goes to Oklahoma. The American goes to UCF. Let's go overall ACC. Georgia Tech. Sun Belt goes to Arkansas State. This is where it gets interesting. The SEC. LSU. You don't see Bama anywhere. Alabama went 2-10 in the SEC. 0-8 in the SEC. 2-10 overall. I'm not sure how this happened. But Bama is last in the SEC. Pac-12. Oregon won that one. In the Mountain West, Air Force wins. MAC. Wow. Miami won it. Now the comments are coming in about Bama. I don't know. I checked the roster. It's rock solid. Conference USA, Mid Tennessee State. Come on, UTSA. You got to step it up there. Chris the dog approves. Yeah, of course. Oh, man. And the top 25 polls that close this out. Take a look at everybody here. Ohio State is your champion. Auburn's 11. Do we sneak in? No. We get any votes? No. Alright, that's a coach's poll. How about the media? Nope. So, no top 25 for us. And now we've checked stats, standings, stats, all that good stuff. Well, let's go to award winners and then move on. By the way, 1,000 viewers right now watching. Thank you, guys. Maxwell goes to Zach Klein. Walter Camp goes to David Williams, Heisman winner. Bednarik. I might butcher some of these names, by the way, but Penn State. Wait, no. That was PSU and FSU. My bad. Daquan Davis had a monster season. Dixon's in there, though. Nagurski goes to Davis. O'Brien goes to Klein. Walker to Williams. Biletnikoff to Robert Lewis. Mackey to Derek Bryant. Outland to Paul Thurston. Remington to him, too. Lombardi to Damara Mixon. Best linebacker to Ukeme Eligwe? Ukeme Eligwe? That's me trying my best right there. Dixon 7. Thorpe to Davis. Groza. Come on! You can't be better than Santoso. Charles Nichols gets the Ray Guy. No best returner for David Clark. Those are the awards. Tyrone Campbell stats. Yes, that's actually a really good one. Let me check Tyrone Campbell's numbers on the year. What if Tyrone Campbell now transferred to us? What if that happened? That would be out of control. Of course, he went to play receiver. 11 catches, 177 yards, and a touchdown. If he would have come to us, he would have been our starting quarterback day one. That's true. I was ready to make him a starting quarterback. That didn't happen. It's time to officially say goodbye to Season 4 for good. Guys, it is time to make the move to the off-season. Season 4 was fun, but we're looking now to the off-season. Let's go. Are you sad that there is no more NCAA game? Yes. I really like this game, and I was hoping they would have a next-gen one, but I'm okay that it's the last one. Obviously not happy it ends, but I think they ended on a good game. I love this game. So we're in a battle for Joey Williams, Jordan Butler, Joe Bennett, Johnny Bradford, and Zach Grant. So I've been doing some preliminary work now with the recruiting, so I have kind of an idea of what I want to do. Hopefully I can upgrade my coach now. Look at all this XP I'm just getting now. I'm not sure if it's actually now being added, but hopefully I get some points and I can upgrade. Season 4 is now in the past. Whoa! Please stay here for another contract. 6-year extension. I accept. Oh, huh. I thought Alabama had Lane Kiffin. Like, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. They're hiring. Nick Saban retired. Oh, wow. Unexpected jobs. Field positions. It's me. Next. Players leaving. Okay. Are these transfers? No, that's not transfers. Please, Jewel Atarski, stay for your senior season. You need your degree. Well, you probably got it because you were redshirted, but you need to stay. We can do great things in Season 5. Please stay, Jewel Atarski. Come on. We need Drew to stay. And we can't have guys transfer away. Guys can't transfer. I'm worried that someone major is going to transfer. I don't think it's going to happen, but I don't know if it's going to, and that's why I'm scared. It can't happen. All right. Players leaving. Please only be seniors. Come on. Graduation. They're all staying. The juniors are staying. These are all the players we lose. All the seniors. This is good. Drew Olatarski will be staying for Season 5. Let's look at coach changes. Let's look at the SEC first. I want to see if I made Brett Bielema lose his job. Yes, I did. He was on the hot seat, and we beat them in the bowl game, and he got fired. So new head coach is TJ Weist. Who is he? Who is TJ Weist? He has a 5-7 career record. He must be really good. Auburn's got a new defensive coordinator. Oh, no, it's an extension. Oh, damn. Georgia's head coach now is Kirby Smart. That's interesting. That was Alabama's D coordinator, I think. Let's see. Anyone else get a nice switch here? Texas A&M. Kevin Sumlin got an extension. He's been a beast in this series. They've always been good. Big Ten. Indiana extended their coach. Maryland fired their coach. Michigan extended their coordinators. And I'm back. Whoa. I have a new defensive coordinator. I didn't even realize it. Scott Hazelton. Huh. I have a new coordinator. I didn't realize that. Do I get to pick that? Or does the game just do it? Oh, and they fired Gary is it Gary Anderson? Urban Meyer staying. Coach of UConn is new coach of Bama. Okay, I wasn't sure where he was. But now I got to see who this new D coordinator is and what he comes with. It automatically picks. That's weird. Nebraska's old D coordinator is Maryland's head coach. And everybody's laughing at what's going on in here. Alright, guys, this is big. What's your shirt? This is the Air Jordan shirt. I've had it for a long time. Alright, transfer requests. All I'm going to say, Andy, stay. Stay. Don't go. I don't use this class. I don't use these draft classes. Plus, I have a second save file of this, so if I needed to get that class, I have a save file that's right after the bowl game, too. Alright. Everybody needs to stay. Everybody stayed! Everybody is staying. Thank you. We had no draft result. Why didn't... Not even Mitch Leidner? Well, his stats don't say it, but his overall says it. Alright, so we had nobody go pro. Oh, he can only leave during players leaving? Okay, I wasn't sure because transfer players leaving. Alright. Now I can't wait for player progression. We're going to look at some of the draft results, though. Let's see. Bama. Some seconds, a 5. Another 5 and a pair of 7s. Jalen Strong. I'm looking forward to seeing the Big Ten teams, though. I hope they all just left. I hope everybody, all the juniors went pro. Everybody gone. And Auburn. They had players go to the draft. BYU. 3 first-round picks for you, Baylor. Bowling Green had a first-round running back. Wow. Clemson. Everybody wants to see all their favorite team in here, so I'm kind of showing them all, but I'm not giving a lot of time to any of them. But hopefully you'll catch them. Jameis Winston has graduated. He was a 99 overall quarterback. He went first round. Probably first overall. I'm looking for Big Ten teams, though. They're all in, like, the last half of the alphabet. Okay, Wes Lunt is gone. Illinois just lost their quarterback. Indiana lost a defensive tackle and a right end. That's good. Iowa. Damn, they didn't lose more than that? They're going to be good. K-State. LSU. Louisville. Marshall. Maryland. Didn't lose much. Miami. Michigan. Okay, they lose a left tackle, a right guard, their running back, a corner. That's good. How about Michigan State? Oh, they still have that defensive back, Daquan Davis. I thought he was a senior. Maybe he wasn't good enough to be drafted. Wait, no, that was Penn State that had him. Nebraska, okay. Armstrong is gone. Newby's gone. Westerkamp's gone. Aaron Curry's gone. Look at all those good players that have moved away. This is wonderful news. North Carolina, North Texas, Northern Illinois. Vincent Valentine. Ohio State. They lose their quarterback, their left tackle, a safety, some good players. Looking to see what happens to Wisconsin because they were 0-8. And I don't see Daquan in here either. That's weird. I thought he was a redshirt senior. Steve Longa was good. But Wisconsin confused me because they lost 8 games to start the year and then like demolished 4 teams to go to a bowl game. Somehow at 4-8. Game said they deserved it. We're almost through the teams. We're getting down there. We're in the U's. Wisconsin's coming up soon. USC, USF, UTEP, Utah. Come on, get us to Wisconsin. Too many teams in the W's here. One player, Keelan Brookins. I have to see how good they're going to be next season, but that is it for the draft results. Time to recruit. Okay, so now we can start talking about next season. I have 11 guys who are committed right now, and there's like 15, 16 that are still on the board. I don't want all of them. I probably want around 10 of them. I'm not going to get 10 of them. Not going to happen. Johnny Bradford locked us out. I'm unlocking that because I need another guard. But you can see the battles there. Time to get some new players. Alright. Recruiting. Oh boy, this year we get 15,000. Last year we only had 13. That's good. Especially because there's a lot of guys I'm trying to get. Here's who we have so far. 11 players. 14, I think. What did I say? 12 or 14 graduating. Plus there's some guys I want to cut. I'm willing to add up to a bunch more players. Basically. I'll give you guys a look at the players that I've already... By the way, I'm unlocking you. Can I? Can I crack the lock? Open the door? We're back in the race! Ha! Look at that. I've kind of ranked it by players I want the most. So, like, from Andrew Jackson down are players that aren't a high priority to me. But here's what we have so far. A 6'1" JUCO receiver. Not a speed threat, but spectacular catch. Look at that. The acceleration's also very good. A corner, Derek Robinson. A kicker, Matt Pierre, a running back. He'll be redshirted. We just building depth there. Guard, Jared Newsome. Might be a starter with how poorly I've recruited linemen. Going through the rest of them here. Daniel Jones might also be a starter. It depends. Chris Leonard, who I'm moving him to guard because I need to have at least... I forget how many players at each position, but I only need 2 centers. So I'm going to move him to guard. And... make it so I can cut a 50-something overall guard. Because the reason why I have Leon Daniels is because I couldn't cut below the threshold for middle linebackers. So this year I'm planning around making sure I fit the minimums at positions. Of course, everybody wants Andrew Jackson. President. Alright. Joey Williams is the top guy that I want. Right now, I'm going to dump $3K into him and see how it goes the rest of the way. This takes a while. But it's quite the battle for him. Now, Jordan Butler. I'm not putting any points in him right now. Reason being is that if I get him at a 75 overall, I will already have 2 centers that are rated higher than him. So, he wouldn't be playing for a while. Therefore, I don't think that I should be putting the points necessary to get him when it's that much of a battle. So, I'm holding off for now. Joe Bennett. It's only UTSA that I'm battling with. So, I'm going to put 25 into him for now. We'll come back to him. Now, we're getting into a lot of the players that I'm not in battles for. And I was looking at my last year's recruiting. And I found some guys that I wasn't in a battle with that I think I still ended up losing. Yes, there was a linebacker who I had a 1,000 point lead on, and it wasn't. I think that the other guys were below the projected cutoff, or they weren't in a battle with us. I ended up losing him by 940. I didn't put any points into him, so another team put 1940 into him. Another linebacker, Ryan Duncan, who played for Arkansas in the bowl game, he played against us. I had a 195 point lead. We were in a battle. We ended up losing him 1660. But the guys who aren't in battles, it looks like I'm pretty safe for the most part. James Gray, 1150 lead, put a 1K into him. I didn't get him. I ended up being down to Missouri 35 points in the end. So, Alonzo Holland, who on my spreadsheet here, I say he is a wide receiver / running back. No, just a running back. I don't have him at receiver because the route running's too low. He could play defensive back. He might actually be decent at it too with that tackle and hit power. But the coverage ratings don't really stand out. So I think he fits better as a running back, especially with 92 trucking. That's nice. Steven Smith. Who does he sound like, guys? He is a 6'2" wide receiver with dreads who has good speed and is very elusive and has some power. Who does that remind you of? You will understand. I'll wait for the comments. Let me go back to Holland. Someone said he works better as a safety than running back. I think the trucking, though, you definitely got to put him there. What's the block shedding? 34. Ugh. That ain't good. Maybe he could play safety. Cordero? Flash? Patterson? Cordero? Sammy Watkins? Everyone's saying Sammy. Sammy and Cordero. So, yeah. He's a big, fast, elusive receiver who happens to have dreads. So, that's not the only... Well, I'm going for him because he's a good player, but he's also fitting the mold of a Cordero Patterson. Right now, I'm worried that Texas... Someone could still make a pretty good run. There was a tackle last year. No, that was a battle situation. I'm going to find somebody who wasn't in a battle. Robbie Pierre. I had a 1,200 point lead on a running back last year. I didn't put any points into him, and I ended up losing him. We weren't in a battle. It was a situation like this. So I'm not sure how many points I should put into him. He's got a good arm. 81-78. Yeah, it's not the strongest arm or the most accurate, so he's an emergency quarterback, but come on. Look at the ratings. You know he's a receiver. Right now I'm dumping 100 into him. It's him and Holland who are in very similar situations. So right now I'm going to put 100 into him just because it's not a battle, but I got to make sure I get him. He's got no catching. He's not a receiver. 61 catching. Yeah, you're right about that. But his coverage is obviously not that of anybody on defense. He could play quarterback, but not a good one. He'd just be a fast option-style quarterback, really. So even though the catching's low, that might mean that he's redshirted as a wide receiver. Also could play running back. Joe Justice. Now, I'm not in the lead for him, but he's pretty good. One sec. I need to make sure there was some players I didn't offer a scholarship to, and I need to make sure that I don't miss somebody. I know there's the Flanagan kid up there, and there's some guys down here I did not offer to. But Flanagan, you have to overcome a 1,000 point lead. I don't think we're going to be able to. This one, though, I feel like I don't need to put any points into him. Willie Parker, I'm putting 5 right there. Last year we had Jared Rollins. We had a 4,325 point lead. I put no points into him. I ended up finishing with 45-75 above the next team. Maybe I wrote that down wrong. I don't think I gained 50 points out of nowhere, but I didn't put any points into a guy with a 4,500 point lead, and he committed. So I think we're fine. Craig Moore. What about the guys, too? I'm wondering about this. He's one of those guys. Okay, he had 2 scholarship offers, and that was from Mid-Tennessee State. I don't think you have to put much into him. He's 96% locked. So I'm going to drop 50 in there right now. Joe Justice. I'm not in first place, but I want to be. Joe Justice, I have on my spreadsheet, he is a wide receiver / cornerback / OW, offensive weapon. And, yeah, he could play anywhere. Couldn't be a quarterback, but he could be an offensive weapon as well as a defensive back. Problem being is that he has a low tackle rating, low hit power. The coverages are good, but he's an Asante Samuel. He wants to pick the ball off, but he's not going to make a physical play on you. You're not going to get the guys you put 100 points into. I'm not planning on only putting 100 into them. That's just a placeholder. He could be a corner, but he's not going to be a tackling guy. He's a press man corner that doesn't have great speed. So press zone. What did I have him as on the spreadsheet again? He was a wide receiver, cornerback, OW. I don't know why I just didn't say cornerback, OW. Probably a corner, though. But, once again, I have to overcome a bit of a lead. Although, I have the only scholarship offer. So that's interesting. What happens there? I have the only offer. He should be committing to me. Right now, I'm going to put, as a placeholder, 1,000. I'm probably going to put more. Time being, though, okay. He's 6 foot 172, so not a big guy. Now, let's start putting more points into players. Oh yeah, Robert Henry. I'm not in first place, but he has good coverage ratings, good block shedding too. Not fast, but I think with those intangibles you make up for it. And I've offered the only scholarship, so it's a similar situation. What do you do here? He only has one scholarship offer. Oh, I forgot about a couple other guys. Michael Stallings. We have a lead. I have him on my spreadsheet as a, let's see, Stallings. Safety, corner, offensive weapon. So he has 89 speed, good coverage, a decent tackler, not a hard hitter. And he's got 83 trucking, 83 spin, 68 catch. So the catching isn't that great, but it's not terrible. I think he fits best as a safety probably. Where's the press? I can't find press on here. 46. Yeah, definitely a safety. And he's a guy, only scholarship offer is from me. So, I'll put 100 in for now. Johnny Bradford, we're in a battle. Syracuse and West Virginia. Not the best guy, but we need to build depth on our O-line. So right now, I'm putting more into him probably, but he's a low priority, so I'm putting in 50 for now. Andrew Jackson. I don't think with how many players I need that I can overcome a 1,000 point lead and still get him. Derek Sutherland. We're in the lead. Do I offer him a scholarship? Sutherland I have as... He could play quarterback too. Not a great one. But Sutherland I have as a wide receiver running back hybrid. Because he has 90 elusiveness, 89 speed, 71 catch. To me, though, he's a project at either position, so he's not a high priority of mine. The rest of these guys, ooh, Zach Grant. We already have a couple centers. I think we have another one committed. So, that's a 1,000-point lead. I don't know if we're going to hang on to him. I'll put 5 into him for now. Let me move him up. The rest of these guys, though, they were just kind of on there in case guys that were better than them ended up going somewhere else. So they're kind of just taking up space. Alright, so now we have to figure out how am I going to beat other teams. That's Iowa, Wisconsin, and Nebraska battling with me. And I want to beat Iowa because they're one of our biggest rivals now. I don't want them to have this guard who's going to be a tank. He gets 5K. We still have a lot of points. Jordan Butler, as much as I would love to have another good offensive lineman, we have a center, a solid backup for that center, and this is not going to be easy. Therefore, I don't want to put 4K into him because I want to get Joey Williams, I want to get Joe Bennett, and I want to get these athletes. So Joe Bennett, UTSA or Minnesota, you make the decision. Let's up this to 3,500. Chris is saying 4.75K. Now, to give you guys an idea of what teams can do, last year, I have on my my notes here, there was a tackle, Max Sanders, 75 overall. We had a 365-point lead. I put 3K into him. Auburn took him away. I put 3K into him, and Auburn ended up leading that battle by over 8,000. So Auburn went all in on him. Over 8,000 points for a guy I put 3K into, and they destroyed us. Wait, no. They put over 11,000 in because I lost by over 8. And I put in 3. Well, I had the lead. So, teams can dump everything into one, just as I can. Alright, now, Alonzo Holland, I think Steven Smith is probably the higher priority. I'm going to up them both to 1,000 for now. Although, it's 3 athletes here. I want Steven Smith. That's a pretty sizable lead, though. 2K. Not really a prior battle. I think I have the only scholarship offer. Yeah. I think I'm okay with Steven Smith. I think I'm going to get him. I'm going to put it down to 5. He instant committed, that's why, Kane? Okay. That would make sense. That actually makes a ton of sense. I think you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, Joe Justice. I think he's going to be a beast. I have to overcome a 630-point deficit. I'm going to up this to 2,500. Or I'll up it to... Here's the thing, though. USC could offer him a scholarship and he'd insta-commit. Well, he could insta-commit, I'm just saying. So, it's not like, not everything is super likely, as I might think. So even though Steven Smith... So it's actually good to see guys who have scholarship offers, because then I know that they haven't insta-committed to that team. Craig Moore. You get any offers? From us in Middle Tennessee. I'm going to put 100 in right now. Willie Parker. I can't see him going anywhere else unless there's an insta-commit. They better not do it. He's 6'7". Give Michael Stallings 5. Let me up Michael Stallings. We have lead on him. Only offers from us. And he's what, a 5-star? Yeah. Someone's going to offer to him. We'll put him at 1,000 right now. You can't instant commit if you're not in the lead? Okay. See, I'm still learning more. I learned a lot last year about how to actually recruit better, and that's why I have 11 guys already, and I'm high with a bunch of other athletes and other players. Because I use this screen a lot more, and I made sure we had good interests on a lot of these guys. Not all of them. It wasn't necessary for all of them. But I found guys who had a low locked percentage. That was the key, really. Low locked percentage makes it easier to get into the race. Robert Henry, would love to get him, but we have to dump some points to do it. When we have some pretty good linebackers already. Up Smith to 1,000, you say? We have a 2,000 point lead. 59% locked. Not sure why you say up it to 1,000, but it wouldn't be bad just to play it safe there. What about Alonzo Holland? We can't forget about him. Junior college transfer would be a nice running back with 92 trucking. Man. Could also play defense, but just not... I think he'd be a better running back. Anyone else offer to him? Oh yeah, a lot of offers. So I like our chances at landing him. Let me up him to 1,000. I'll get back to the comments in 1 second. Smith to 750, 800. Put more on Justice. Let's see. I'm going to put Smith at 1,000. Or how about 900? Willie Parker ain't going anywhere. He's staying. He's coming to Minnesota unless there's an insta commit. Oh, but you got to be in first place for that, right? So yeah, we should be safe there. I'm kind of letting Flanagan go. Johnny Bradford, the guard. It's a battle that I don't think we're going to win, because I'm not really trying to get him. Just trying to see our class already. That's 2 guards there. I'm moving a center or 2 to guard. I think 1. You need an athlete in the green for them to commit? Okay. Alright, Joey Williams at 5,000. That seems like it'll be enough. Joe Bennett. UTSA would have to overcome a 4,000 point hole. Holland. We're already in the green. Smith. Yeah, he's not in the green. And Justice. Oh. If I have to get him into the green, it's not going to be easy. Let me up you to 1,000. So Joe Justice. If I were to put 2,200 into him, would it be enough? Don't forget Sutherland. I think I'm letting Sutherland go. Not a high priority now. One second, I'm getting my phone blowing up here. One sec, I'm just getting these notifications off my screen. Why is everybody saying no? Back out on Joe. More on Justice. I think you guys were answering to, is 2,100 enough? Sutherland. I'll show you guys him in a sec. It won't be enough. Give up on Justice. There's no way you can get him. I'd get rid of Justice. Back out. He's a JUCO. You guys are saying no to Justice. Well, I'm going to do something quick. I'm going to go to my board. I want to see what year all these guys who are transferring would be. Top 5. Because now everybody's saying no on Justice because he's a JUCO. Holland is one too. Michael Stallings. Where does it say their year? I know it does somewhere. Oh, they have to be a JUCO, obviously. Junior. Ooh, Holland's a junior. I don't see Justice on here. I must not have searched with the right parameters. Justice is a junior as well. Holland is a junior. Justice is a junior. Steven Smith isn't even a JUCO. Okay. So Holland and Justice might have to pump the brakes. I wish it would show me their years for all junior college everywhere else. So even if I got if I got Joe Justice, it would be, I could redshirt him and play with him for 2 years still. But you guys are saying back out and focus on Smith. Right now, I think you guys are giving pretty good advice. I would love to get Justice and Holland, but I think we have good safeties coming up, and I think we are set at running back. But yes, I want Steven Smith. And maybe now I should think about Derek Sutherland, who I said is he was a plus 10. Spreadsheet. Sutherland, wide receiver, running back, Danny Woodhead style. Let me just bring him up here so we can hang all the athletes around each other. Robert Henry. That's the guy I was interested in. Warren Flanagan. This is the guy, though. Do I have to offer to Sutherland still? I'll think about it. Why not go for actual safeties and not athletes? Because the athletes are some of the best players out there. And they're multifaceted, so you're probably going to get a safety as an athlete who has really good catching. Therefore, he's going to have more interceptions, probably, if he has chances. I like guys who are versatile. I thought about a couple of these guys that could be both ways, even, as situational players. Justice equals depth. Robert Henry. Probably not getting Robert Henry. 5 on Joey, 35 on Bennett, a K on Holland, and we talked about putting more into Steven Smith. I'm dropping Holland down to 5. Putting more into Steven Smith. $1,700 gives us just under 1,000 left. Take off Justice and go on Stallings. Well, that makes sense, because I think were Justice and Stallings the same position? Justice, OW corner, Stallings, cornerback, OW. So yeah, they were both, and I would get Stallings for a lot longer. However, I gotta make sure I dump enough to get him. Oh, wait, I have a lead on Stallings at least. I was looking at Justice and thinking Stallings. So I have a lead there. Because Justice is a junior at a junior college. Stallings, straight up freshman. He'll be better in the long run. Let's put you there. Steven Smith, put you there. Take all off Justice. Oh, man, I really wanted him. I think you guys are giving solid advice, though. I'm putting 3 in Stallings. Or maybe I'll put 28. Sutherland, backup quarterback. Let me see his ratings again. Yeah, emergency quarterback could be. He's 6'3", and I had him as a running back receiver. Could he play anything else? Not great tackling or hit power. Not good coverage. You can never play defense. Probably fits best as a receiver quarterback. 80 carry for a potential quarterback, too, is nice. That's why I like athletes. You get all these different ratings that are good, and it's not just all focused on one position. Give Butler 1K and move him to guard. Butler I'm not going to get. No way. Not for 1,000. I mean, one of those teams is going to put the boat into him. What's wrong with Justice? Who cares if he's a JUCO? Thing with Justice is that he's only going to be able to play for 2 years. Whereas Stallings is a straight-up high school player, so he'll play for 4. That's why we're thinking Stallings over Justice. This hurts. The people want Derek Sutherland. What I find really annoying about athletes is they don't have run or pass block ratings, so you can't make a big, tall athlete as a tight end. That is true. That's a good point. 6'2", 180 wouldn't probably be a tight end, but I don't see the blocking on there. That does suck. I mean, you would get to see it when you actually choose his position, but if you're thinking about recruiting and you got an athlete versus a true tight end, then it's hard to make comparisons that way. Might still get Holland anyway. Possible. Well, yeah, I want Holland. Even though I'd only get him for 2 years. Craig Moore, put 100 into him. Willie Parker. Johnny Bradford is just no more room for me to battle. I'll put 50 and see, roll the dice. That's it. Yeah, I know you can play him at tight end, but it's hard to do planning when you don't know their ratings as a blocker. Not going to get the president. So is 5 enough for Joey? This is the longest time it's ever taken me to put points into players. Alright. We have 540 left. Put 100 more on Holland. Play it safe. Oops. 625, not bad. Hopefully get Craig Moore as a backup tackle. Sutherland, up it to 1,000. Or, how about 9? Steven Smith, I still really want him. Is that the way we go? Forget Holland? I still want Holland. No, I want Holland. I'm not putting a ton of points into him either. Put the rest on Henry. You need linebacker depth since Dixon and Lynn are graduating. Well, I've looked at that, and I already have a lot of linebackers who have never played. I'm not talking about Leon either. I'm talking about my outside linebackers. Can I show my depth chart off right now? One sec, I'm backing out. Robert Henry. Well, I would probably move to middle linebacker. Oh, hey, they actually took off my players, so I can show you guys what things look like. Outside linebacker, we have Smith, Hudson, and Woods. Hudson is probably going to start somewhere. Middle linebackers, it's probably going to be Maurice Hudson. On the outside, we have De Niro Laster, and don't forget about this guy, Jonathan Starks, who was a red-shirted player last year. He'll play this season. So we have Laster, who's going to graduate, but we have 3 right outside backers. We have 2 left. In the middle, I'm probably going to have to move somebody. Yeah, I still need a linebacker. Let me look at my class so far. I did already get an outside linebacker, Aaron Harrison. So while I'm kind of thin at outside linebacker, I don't think I have the points to put into Robert Henry. Even if I got him, he wouldn't be starting yet, because I have a plan. I already have a fullback, too. I could play Starks at safety, but I think that is he can succeed as an outside linebacker, too. He's got really good coverage ratings and speed. Joe, Stallings. I wish I could find an athlete who could be like a linebacker. I already got Sutherland a scholarship. And I'm going to probably get Willie Parker, so that's another outside linebacker. I know I want Robert Henry. I've wanted him. But we're behind for him. I mean, the ratings are really good. I want this player. The speed doesn't bother me that much. I don't know, maybe 660 just to jump to where FSU is. So 15,000 points have been set. Joey Williams gets 5. Joe Bennett gets 35. Michael Stallings, I'm going to drop him a little bit. Sutherland to 1,000. Alright, guys, I think it is time to finally see who we get in recruiting. Joey Williams, Joe Bennett, Michael Stallings. I have it ranked right now for most important players. And hopefully we can land some good ones. Ready? Make the right choice, Joey. You could be a day one starter for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Alright, we're done tweaking. Who we gonna get? Last year, things didn't go so well on signing day. Today, give us the players that I have spent so much time trying to get. I've put a lot of time into recruiting this year, guys. After the games, I spend a lot of extra time tweaking the board, scouting a bunch of players. I scouted probably a few hundred different players this year. I was always looking for gems, always trying to find what I could dig up. And now, we'll just see what we end up with. Come on, Joey. Come on, Stallings, Bennett, Sutherland, Smith. I guess I can close my spreadsheet now because the decisions have been made. Here we go. We got Joey Williams, and I saw we got Joe Bennett. Let's check it out. This could be my best signing day. Only 3 signing. Signing day. Wow. Why didn't you commit? Why didn't you? What is up with the athletes? Jordan Butler, who we ended up going down 2,300. Michael, insta-commit. That's an insta-commit. There's no other way to explain that one. We got Craig Moore. Joe Justice goes to UCLA. Willie, insta-commit there. Warren Flanagan, BC. He got insta-committed because Michigan had him on top. Robert Henry. Wouldn't have been that hard to get him now. Johnny Bradford. How did we get him? I put like no points into him, but somehow got him. Zach Grant. Nope. Andrew Jackson, the president's going to Rice. Eric Wilkinson. But look who we got here, guys. Joey Williams, Joe Bennett, Alonzo Holland. Let me sort it by... Can I sort it by overall? I'm not sure it'll let me sort it. Oh. I can. Not bad. I honestly don't think it's bad. Those aren't insta-commits. The teams just put a ton of points into them. Really? So we end up getting Joey Williams. That's big, though. We still got some of the top guys we wanted. So I still call this somewhat a success. We ended up... No, we could have spared some points, but we had to give ourselves some safety with Joey. We needed a guard. But I want to know, what do these guys do? I didn't do anything wrong. He should have committed. Anybody know why that does that? I mean, I don't get it. We got Joey. Robert Henry wasn't as tough to get as I thought. But we got Joe Bennett. UTSA really didn't fight with us. I mean, I played it safe with Joe Bennett and Joey Williams. I ended up getting both by a wide margin. Not enough points. Is it because of lock percentage? Because what is he there? 99% locked? Derek Sutherland, we had the lead. Didn't matter, obviously. Alonzo Holland did commit. So let's look at our overall recruiting class. I still feel it's strong. R2, someone said refresh. He's going to play cricket. Yeah, you guys need to commit. You guys should come to Minnesota. And Stallings, I don't know how TCU, they dumped a lot of points into him. Can't believe Willie Parker didn't choose us. We had almost a 4,000 point lead. I thought that one was... Didn't even think about it. That was money in the bank to me. Anyway, look at the overall recruiting class. 46th in the nation. Not bad. Not an elite class, but I like it. No 5 stars this year. This is our list. We got a couple 4s. Plenty of gems in this list, though. We got 17 players to commit. I still hope Steven Smith wants to walk on to Minnesota or something. Still have hope, although, I don't know. Not a bad year, though. Let's check out the Spark 100. Aaron Johnson, athlete, Texas A&M. Sam King, John Lewis. Uh-oh. Ohio State got the top quarterback. Who else got top quarterbacks? Florida, Penn State, UCLA, Cal. Running backs. Iowa got the top running back, of course. Top receivers, Ohio State. We know who our opponents are going to be if we ever want to get to the top. Auburn got the best tight end. In before Chris the Dog. You know. Damn, that's a name right there. Desmond Richwalski. Howard Thornburg. Top athletes. I don't know why you did that, Michael. Made a mistake. Fire Kane. Don't fire me. I did a good job. I think I did a good job. I thought last year was kind of bad. Check your percentage locked for Smith and Sullivan. Yeah, let me do that quick. It's my last chance to check. So, hold up. All athletes, top 10 interest, not committed. Steven Smith. You going to college, bro? I can't check lock percentage, it looks like. Wait, no. $90-freaking-9. Unbelievable. What is wrong with you, Steven Smith? 99%. That close to the next Cordero Patterson, Sammy Watkins clone. That sucks. He had bad grades, Kane. He's going to go straight to the NFL draft. Yeah, he's going to play overseas in some bootleg football league, and then he'll make the move. Position changes. Alright guys, this is not with progression yet, so keep that in mind. I don't know how much better anybody's going to be, but there are some players who I thought about moving. Got now Matt Pierre. But one of the guys I wanted to move, we'll get there eventually, and you'll see how thin our offensive line is, so I'm really glad that we got Joey Williams. It's actually not looking so thin right now. I did an okay job. I wanted to move a center to guard so I could cut Johnny... Wow. Okay, never mind. Not Johnny Bradford. Johnny Hunter. I think I already have enough guards to do it. Because you have to have at least 2 guards on your roster. But I think I'm still going to try to move Chris Leonard to right guard. His overall would drop. I'm not concerned about that. I just want to be able to cut the 53 and not have him stuck on my roster. I don't think I really need to make that move, but I'm doing it to balance it out. Kane, you have to move someone else to fullback, otherwise you'll get Leon's 40 overall brother. Move Leon to fullback. Uh-oh. I think I only need one. I don't know. We have Will Thompson. Maybe guys just pulling my leg to get Leon to fullback. Maybe you guys aren't, though. But why Leon? Left end. Right end. I want to see something. Jerry Jackson. Okay. I just want to see what it'd be at a defensive tackle. I want to cut Will Thompson this year. And probably Ricky Richardson. No, you need 2 fullbacks? Well, guys, I can check. I think. Left outside linebacker. Okay, I gotta make some changes here because this is a mess right now. Someone has to be moved to middle. One sec, let me go. Yeah, I want to keep my changes. I'm not done yet. Does it let you see the minimum players at every position? I know it does in recruiting. Ooh, I don't know if I can here. Because there's a screen that shows it. You only need 1 fullback. That's what I'm thinking. But I want to know how many... Do they differentiate outside linebackers to middle linebacker? because I don't want really any of these guys. I think I'm going to put Maurice Hudson inside. Now, he's not as good of a pass coverage guy as Jonathan Starks, who's undersized, but I think Starks fits at outside backer nicely. So Dan Smith, let me... Well, actually, we're going to have some competition probably. Let me move you to left. Let me move you to middle. So I have 2 here on the outside, 2 here on the outside. I move 2 guys to middle. That way I can get rid of Daryl Smith and Andy Bowers at least. Go to team needs. That shows the minimum. I don't know if I could find that. Move Leon to fullback. People still want to see me move Leon to fullback. Oh, man. Let's see. Team needs. Is that anywhere? Let me look slowly. Team stats. My NCAA. Offseason. Wait. That's team news. Yeah, there's just nowhere to go. Your linebackers have crap awareness that I can't do anything about it. Guys who come in usually have low awareness. Athletes. Alonzo Holland. And 79 running back, which is where I said I wanted to move him. Look at all my running backs now. I'm probably going to end up cutting this guy right here. He was a walk-on last season. Team needs starts next season. Yeah, exactly. So move Leon. What is he best at? He'd be a 47 defensive end? He could be a 51 overall end. Leon Daniels. If you cut Leon, I will unsubscribe. Pierre at fullback. I don't plan on playing any of these guys at fullback. Plus, you have to look at blocking. None of these guys could run block. Maybe Berkeley Edwards could play fullback. Next year, though? What? Okay, let's see what Leon actually can do. Okay, he's not going to juke anybody. He can't catch. Can't run a route. Can't really jump. Can't tackle. He has a finesse move. So what if I put him at defensive end? Oh, wait a minute. Huh. You guys weren't lying about that one. Because, yes, I'd rather cut some walk-on fullback probably than Leon. But maybe just hold him there. Which, yeah. Now you can't. Now I wouldn't be able to cut him. So let me move maybe. I'm trying to think here. Couldn't move a tight end because I'm below the. I'd be below the minimum. Because remember, guys, if I move Pierre to running or fullback, he would have fullback progression for a year. That might hurt. Redshirt Leon. Daniels will progress as a SE. I know I take forever here. I'm sorry about that, but want to get this stuff right. Never thought about moving an offensive lineman there. That'd be interesting. Just take a guard and put him at fullback. Huh. Fullback progression is the same as running back? I don't know. Ricky Richardson. He must be a walk-on. How do we already have some walk-ons but not at fullback? Ooh. Just put a defensive tackle there, but I don't want to ruin their progression. They got to progress as a defensive tackle because this coming year, graduating, and then Dan Smith graduates. Wonder if this guy would be a good fullback. Nope. I want to move someone there. Look at all the corners I have, by the way. $11. But I'm going to make it 10 because I wrote down here that I want to move Ryan Elliott to safety. Reason being is his speed isn't that good, but his coverage is still okay, so he's definitely going to fit better as a safety. I'm not sure if I want him to be free or strong. Yeah, I got a lot of corners. That's been my highest priority for a long time. So I'm probably going to redshirt Joe Bennett, who could be a pretty good player now, but not his time. Look at the athletes. I don't think there's anybody else there. Yeah, I moved the one I needed to. So quarterback, 4. Any of these guys play fullback? Could Andrew Johnson? Can my quarterbacks block is what I'm asking. No. I haven't moved a third player there yet. Maybe just move A.J. Clark there, because I'm going to cut him anyway. John Hunter. I was going to cut him. Wouldn't make much of a fullback. Right tackles. Let's see. Ricky Richardson. He can play fullback? Probably not. Alright. Let's hurry up with this. Left outside. That'll be Dan Smith. In the middle, we'll have Maurice Hudson. I can probably cut... Let's see. How many middle linebackers do I need? Under the minimum. So I know I want to get rid of all those guys. So I need to move an outside backer there. Oh my god. I need to be able to cut guys. Could any of you play linebacker? No. How about safeties? Could any of you play backer? Probably not. Ryan Barnes. What are you good at? Tackling. Can't cover. Just go to cut players and go cut guys. Well, I have to structure it so that I'm not stuck with low-rated players at a bunch of positions where I have to cut someone who's good at another position. Because, like, I have a ton of corners. I know I'm going to have to get rid of some, but I don't want to get rid of all of them. I don't want to have to cut a good linebacker, though. Because I'm thin already. So, okay. I know I'm probably going to be stuck with a bad middle linebacker. So if I go to fullback and I put Leon back at linebacker, then I could cut these two. If I'm going to have one terrible player, it'll just be Leon. Because now I could get rid of, no. I think I need to get rid of, do I need to get rid of 2 middle linebackers then? Could I move you? No. I need to have 4 middle linebackers. So right now I'd still be stuck with 2 crappy players at middle linebacker. Maybe I'll just take a corner and slap him there. Joe Preston. Paul Green. 6'3", 187. I'm doing this to make the cutting better. What do you think, guys? Just move Keith Campbell, the middle linebacker? Now I could cut both these two. I wouldn't keep Leon if I had to actually save someone. Let's see. Okay, how many players are on my roster right now? 4, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 22, 24, 27, 29, 32, 35, 39, 42, 47, 49, 50, 55, 57, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. So I have to cut 3. I would have to cut 3. So, if I had to cut 3 right now, I would cut you, I would cut you, only reason I'm talking about Leon is because people like him, and then difference between a 45 and a guy who's like a 58, probably not much. I'm not keeping Leon over someone who could play, though. 75, did I count wrong? Everybody's saying 75, so I gotta cut 5. 1, 2. I don't want to be stuck with a crappy player at any position, really. So I gotta have 2 fullbacks. Not cutting any of these guys. I don't know. Maybe I would cut Lamar Washington because he's a senior. I'll cut McCutcheon. I don't think that he's going to be able to play. Didn't really like what I saw of him, so I'll cut McCutcheon. John Hunter. He'll never be able to play. Ricky Richardson. He'll never play. Or Will Thompson. I'll probably stay with Will Thompson. Smith. Bowers. I'm planning out the cuts. And if worst came to worst, I would just cut Paul Green. So I think I'm ready. You just recruited Hunter, though? I don't think so. John Hunter was on the roster last season, and he wasn't any good. Training results. Okay, guys, let's see how much better players got. Training.